Good morning, four states. Downtown Keith Brown in here on this second weekend in May. Yes, it is Mother's Day weekend, so we certainly want to remember all the moms out there with their special day coming up tomorrow. But we are here with the Pittsburg Area Chamber of Commerce and the Crawford County Convention and Visitors Bureau with our Community Connection show. Chris Wilson from the CVB joins us here in studio. And Chris, we have a very special guest on the phone with us talking about the National Club Baseball Association Division II World Series.
Yeah, we've got Eric Curitore online. Eric, for a lot of folks who don't know what the NCBA is, what is the biggest difference between like the club baseball and the varsity sports that folks maybe like here in the Pittsburgh and Joplin area are more familiar with?
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, I just want to say thanks for you guys for having us on. We're very excited with coming back for our fourth year and to be bigger and better than ever. But to answer your question, the big difference is club baseball is all student run. So everything on the logistics side is from a student officer standpoint. These are college students running the team. Everything from purchasing equipment to fundraising to reserving fields, umpires, scheduling, the whole 9 yards is on these teams on the student officers. So it's completely student run. That's kind of the beauty. They're getting the firsthand real world experience being a college student.
You'd said that this is the fourth year that you guys have been back in Pittsburgh. What is it about Pittsburgh that keeps bringing you guys back this direction?
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of different variables, and they're all great in our point of view. Everything from the resources we're provided from the city, you guys with the CBB, the facility, all the great local sponsors we have at the hotels, to the local establishments, to the support we get from them. Plus, you guys are centrally located in the United States. We're fortunate to be across 43 states. So, coast to coast, so you guys slap down in the middle of the country is a perfect location for our event.
We are talking with Eric Curitore with the National Club Baseball Association, their Division II World Series coming to Pittsburgh at JC Ballpark, and that is going to be happening May 18th?
Yes, sir. May 18th through the 22nd. The championship game will be 7 o'clock.
All right. Sounds good. You've got 8 teams represented here, as I understand it.
Yes, sir. And I know one of the big buzz around the area is Pittsburg State, the local team, will be participating for the first time this year in our World Series, which is very exciting for us. We've seen a lot of excitement through social media with everything from the school to the Alumni Association to the city, tweeting at us, with the excitement and everything like that. So that's a big storyline for sure. But the other 7 teams, we have Longwood University, St. Joe's University, Siena College, San Diego State University, South Dakota State University, Metro State, and then Cal U out of PA.
So literally all over the country then?
Yeah, all over the country. They're excited. All these teams have never been to Pittsburgh, obviously against Pittsburg State. But these 7 other teams, brand new to the World Series, they've never been. So it's an exciting time. A lot of buzz going around.
Yeah, you said that 7 teams have never been to the World Series. So who's the one team that has been to the World Series before it came to Pittsburgh?
Longwood has been in the World Series back in 2011. But that was a decent amount of time ago. So none of these players were on the team back then. So this is a brand new experience to them. None of these guys have seen a World Series. So I'm sure they're just as excited as everybody else.
Do you happen to know where they're out of, what state they're from?
Longwood's out of Farmville, Virginia, I believe.
Oh, wow. So they're coming all the way from the East Coast then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
A long way from home. And of course, like you'd said, the big buzz around town is that Pitt State does have a team in. And I was kind of looking through the bracket that you guys had sent us to kind of let us know what was going on. It looks like they're actually the only team that made the World Series that lost their first round regionals and then had to win every game in order to get into the World Series. Does that look right to you?
Off the top of my head, I believe so. And that's a very impressive feat in itself because these regional playoff events are only a weekend. So they played a lot of baseball in the span of 2.5 days.
Wow.
And, they climbed back. I think they won 4 in a row, took down Truman State and Ohio State. Yeah, they had a very tough regional, and we're excited for them to be in the event. It's a great buzz going around the city, and we're looking to capitalize on that for sure.
Well, just to kind of let the listeners know, I don't have the roster in front of me, but I can tell you that we've got kids that are on this Pitt State team from Colgan, Frontenac, Girard, Independence, and there's even a young man from Webb City. So we've got kids from all over the 4 states area who are going to be representing the PSU Gorillas at the World Series.
That's something to really be proud of, especially in an area like this, because when you got kids representing Pitt State from as far away, say, as Webb City, Missouri, or anywhere else in southwest Missouri, not just southeast Kansas, but also down in northeast Oklahoma as well, that's a really big boost for the area in general.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for them. It's been nice because the last couple of years, a lot of their guys that come out to the event just to check it out, come say hello, just to get an understanding what the World Series is like, kind of keep in their back pocket as motivation. And, here they are, their 3rd year in the league, and they've made it. So it's an exciting time for them.
That's fantastic. You'd said that it's a 5-day tournament. Now, is it one and done? Is it double elimination, round robin? How do you guys do that?
It's a double elimination tournament. So all 5 days, teams are guaranteed to be around for at least 2 or 3 days. Obviously, you keep winning, the longer you'll stay. But yes, it'll be a double elimination tournament.
That's fantastic. I'm not really for sure what else we can ask. I think he's pretty well covered everything. Keith, anything else that you can think of?
Well, with this double elimination tournament, that basically means to me that each team is guaranteed at least 2 games, if nothing else. Like you said, Eric, the more they keep winning, the further they will advance.
Yes, sir. We started the year with 135 teams. Then we went down to 32 teams for the playoffs, first round. Now we're down to 8. So it's going to be a fun week of baseball. It's going to be some good baseball. So I encourage everybody in the area to come on out, whether you're a Pitt State alum, Pitt State fan, or just a baseball fan in general. It'll be some good baseball down at JC for the week.
And of course, you do have a website, do you not? Or a Facebook page, or maybe both?
Yeah, we got all of the above. Twitter handle as well. The website's www.clubbaseball.org/CIB2. And then on Facebook, just search National Club Baseball Association. We have a group there. And then on Twitter, it's _NCBA. So search us. We'll be tweeting out updates, pictures. We'll really ramp things up once the week of the event comes to get out as much information as possible and make it as fun as possible for everybody.
And of course, we mentioned Pitt State. They're going to be playing on May the 18th, the second game of the day at about 1 o'clock against Siena College. That should be an exciting time right there.
Yeah, Siena's one of our surprise stories. They were not really on anybody's radar at the beginning of the year. They've earned every bit of it. So it'll be an exciting time for them. It should be a good matchup with them at Pitt State, along with the other 3 opening round matchups. It should be a lot of good baseball.
All right, that Pitt State game will start at 1 o'clock that afternoon on May 18th. Eric Curitore, we certainly do appreciate your time, and thanks for being a part of our show here this morning.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Eric Curitore, the Director of Division II Baseball Operations for the National Club Baseball Association, their D2 World Series coming up, again, May 18th through the 22nd out at JC Ballpark in Pittsburgh. Going to be a fun time for everybody, so if you haven't seen any of these teams before, I certainly would encourage them to come on out and show their support, not just for Pitt State, but for the other 7 teams that are a part of this tournament in general.
Well, Eric and I have actually kind of been trading messages on this a little bit, and something that he keeps bringing back up is that these are student-operated teams. They're student-operated programs. They are their own board. They have their own officers. They do all their own fundraising. Some of these schools actually have GoFundMe accounts because they're trying to raise the money to get to Pittsburgh. They qualified for the World Series, but they've still got to get out here. So they're trying to raise that money, and so that they can get here, so they can compete and have fun. And that's something he also kept bringing up is, a lot of these kids, maybe they didn't get a scholarship or something somewhere. This is just their opportunity to just keep playing the game that they love and just go out and enjoy themselves.
And again, we do want to mention that Pittsburgh State will take on Siena College on May 18th. That'll be Game 2 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Game 1, of course, will be featuring South Dakota State against San Diego State. That'll be at 10 a.m. on that very same day. So great baseball to be had here at JC Ballpark in Pittsburgh over the next week or so. So we do encourage you folks to come on out and show your support for these kids in our area and across the country, for that matter, during this very special Division II World Series from the National Club Baseball Association. And again, a special thanks to Eric Curitore for joining us here this morning. We'll take a break and come back with more of the Community Connection when we continue. Stay with us.